Hello and thanks for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. I am in downtown Collinsville, Illinois, outside the historic Blum house on Main Street here in Collinsville. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you more about who lived here and why it's such a historic place and what kind of industry they were in, which you might find to be interesting. So let's get it started. So now we're going to approach the house, and this has been in the hands of the Collinsville Public Library, which is just next door. There's a historical marker. I'll get to that in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and walk up here just a little bit. Nobody lives here, but they do hold special events here. Pretty cool. And I'm being watched, I know. Here's the marker here. This house was built in 1906 as a stately two-story frame house. Two of the three generations of the Blum family who operated the internationally known Blum Bell factory lived in this house up until 1997, when it was sold to a local business around here. The Collinsville Building and Loan purchased the house from Helen Blum's daughter, Virginia, and Virginia donated it to the Collinsville Memorial Library. It was the man J. Henry Blum who built the house. He was the head guy of the Blum Bell factory, which specialized in cowbells, sold them all around, and as we all know, cowbells are a popular musician's friend, especially for Christopher Walken, if you know what I mean. But going back to the Blums, yes, this was a very historical house. I mean, it still is, but many additions have been added, including a sunroom on that side. You can't really see it. I don't want to, step any further past this point like I already have. But it wasn't until 1997 when Helen Blum, who was J. Henry Blum's daughter-in-law, was still living here. She passed away, and so the building was bought and purchased by the Collinsville Building and Loan, and Helen's daughter Virginia went ahead and donated it to the Collinsville Memorial Library, which is next door. But over the years, this house has been restored, with the exception of 2006 when a major ice storm hit and damaged some parts of the house. Still, it looks in great shape. And it's also known for its trees that are here. I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple slides based on the Blum Bell factory. Another thing making this house unique is this wraparound porch, which, I mean, I don't want to say it's rare, but it's kind of less common, if you know what I mean. Still, wraparound porches, they definitely are very cool in such a way, gives you a little bit more freedom that you're outside of the house, but you're actually being sheltered, if you know what I mean. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason, outside the historic Blum house in Collinsville, Illinois, signing off.